It was a Tuesday morning, 9:47 a.m. I was in a budget meeting when my phone started buzzing. Not just a message or two, constant vibrations. I glanced down and saw the company-wide email notification. Subject line: Tonight at the usual place. Sender: my wife, Rebecca. I almost ignored it, assuming it was some work announcement, until I saw the reply all responses starting to flood in. Rebecca, I think you sent this to the wrong group. This seems personal. You might want to recall this email. My stomach dropped. I opened it. The email was explicit, detailed. Plans for meeting someone at a hotel. Descriptions of what they'd do. Complaints about having to keep up appearances at home. And it was sent to the entire company distribution list. 800 employees, including me, including HR, including her direct supervisor. I sat there staring at my phone while my colleagues discussed quarterly projections. The woman I'd been married to for 6 years had just accidentally exposed her affair to our entire workplace. We worked for the same company, different departments. She was in marketing, I was in finance. We'd met here, actually. Office romance turned marriage, and now, office implosion. My phone buzzed again. A private message from our HR director, Linda. Can you come to my office after your meeting? I'm so sorry you had to find out this way. I excused myself from the budget review, walked through the office in a daze. People looked at me with pity. Some looked away. Everyone had seen it. Everyone knew. Linda's office was on the third floor. When I got there, Rebecca was already in the hallway, face red and blotchy from crying. She tried to grab my arm. Please, it's not what it looks like. Let me explain. I pulled away. You sent explicit emails about your affair to 800 people. What explanation makes that better? Linda opened her door. Both of you, inside, now. We sat in her office, Rebecca still crying, me completely numb. Linda looked exhausted. Rebecca, you violated company policy on multiple levels. Personal use of company email for inappropriate content, potential harassment by exposing employees to explicit material, and an undisclosed relationship with another employee, which I assume this email references. Rebecca nodded miserably. It was a mistake. I meant to send it to my personal email. Linda's expression didn't soften. That doesn't change what happened. IT is pulling the email from servers, but 800 people saw it. It's already been screenshot and shared. HR has to investigate. You're suspended pending review. She turned to me. I'm offering you the rest of the week off. Paid. I can't imagine what you're going through. I should have felt something. Anger. Betrayal. Instead, I just felt cold. Who was it? I asked Rebecca. She wouldn't look at me. Does it matter? Linda cleared her throat. The email mentioned a name, Brandon Carlson, sales department. I knew Brandon. We'd had beers together at company events. He was at our wedding. The cold feeling intensified. How long? Rebecca whispered something. What? I asked. How long has this been going on? She looked up, mascara streaking. 18 months. A year and a half. While we were planning to buy a house. While we talked about starting a family. While I trusted her completely. Linda stood. Rebecca, you need to leave campus. I'll be in touch about the investigation. Brandon's being called in next. Rebecca gathered her things, tried one more time to talk to me. I held up my hand. Don't. Just don't. She left sobbing. I sat there with Linda in silence for a moment. I didn't know, Linda said quietly. If I'd known there was an inappropriate relationship, I would have addressed it immediately. I nodded. I didn't know either. Guess we were both in the dark. She offered me counseling resources, employee assistance program. I thanked her and left. I didn't go home. I went to my brother's apartment. Told him everything. He let me crash on his couch, didn't ask questions I wasn't ready to answer. My phone was chaos. Messages from coworkers, from friends, from my parents who'd somehow already heard, and dozens from Rebecca, begging me to talk, to understand, to forgive. The company investigation took 2 weeks. Rebecca was fired for policy violations. Brandon was fired too. Turns out they'd been using company resources, meeting during work hours, the whole thing. HR found calendar invites for client meetings that were actually hotel reservations, company credit card charges. They'd been sloppy, confident they wouldn't get caught. I filed for divorce immediately. Rebecca tried fighting it, said the email was just fantasy, that nothing physical had happened. I presented the HR investigation findings, hotel receipts, calendar evidence. The divorce attorney looked at everything and said it was the most open and shut case he'd handled. People asked if I felt bad about Rebecca losing her job, if the public humiliation seemed like enough punishment. But here's the thing they didn't understand. I didn't cause any of this. She wrote that email. She clicked send. She'd been lying for 18 months, using company time and resources to maintain an affair. The only thing that exposed her was her own carelessness. The divorce finalized 4 months later. Rebecca tried reaching out after, saying she'd made a mistake, that losing me and her job had taught her a lesson. I didn't respond. She'd sent that lesson to herself the moment she hit send on that email. I still work at the company. Got promoted 6 months after everything happened. Some people thought I'd leave, too embarrassed by the public nature of it all. But I hadn't done anything wrong. I wasn't hiding. Rebecca and Brandon were both gone. I stayed and rebuilt my reputation as the professional I'd always been. Today, I'm engaged to someone I met completely outside of work. We have strict boundaries, no workplace romances, clear communication. And she thinks the story of how my ex-wife's affair was exposed is both horrifying and somehow karmic. She sent it to everyone trying to send it to him, Sarah said once. That's the universe doing its job. I heard through mutual friends that Rebecca struggled finding work after. Turns out when you're fired for an affair that became company legend, references are hard to come by. Brandon moved to another state. The hotel they'd been using sent me promotional emails for months after, which felt like the universe had a dark sense of humor. My wife accidentally sent her affair email to the entire company, 800 witnesses to the end of our marriage. Some people say it must have been devastating, and it was, but it was also the cleanest break I could have asked for. No gaslighting, no wondering if I was overreacting. Just pure, undeniable company-wide evidence that I deserved better. And sometimes the trash takes itself out. It just happens to copy 800 people while doing it.